channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you are new, welcome. My name is Shantanique, and obviously this is my YouTube channel. Go ahead and do yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button. I upload videos twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 4 o'clock. As you guys can tell by the title, we're doing a good old-fashioned girl talk today. I posted on Instagram like, hey, I'm about to do a girl talk. What y'all want to talk about? And I got like 25 responses. So I'm going to try to narrow it down to probably like 5 or 6 different topics. And we're going to just talk about it while I put some makeup on. I really need to concentrate on my brows, but we could talk a little bit. We're going to go ahead and start off real juicy. Somebody asked me how I feel about plastic surgery. So, do y'all want me to be real or y'all want me to give y'all the blanket answer? I know y'all want me to be real, so I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I don't have no issue with plastic surgery. If you want plastic surgery, you could afford it, you're not financing it, or not even not financing it, but you ain't tricking off to get a body, then that's on you. Personally, I wouldn't get an ass. That's just me. But I am not against plastic surgery. How y'all feel about plastic surgery before y'all ask me? Plastic surgery has been a thing. I think in the black community, it's just really popular, like what you're getting done at this point. I have had plastic surgery. Y'all probably have no clue. And yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. My family was super supportive. I actually had a procedure done before I started dating Darian. I had surgery. It wasn't a big deal to me. Now, I'm sure y'all gonna be like, girl, what you had surgery on? Maybe I'll make a whole video about it. If I could have got that done sooner, I would have. I was just like so afraid to not really talk to my mom about it because she knew. But I was afraid to talk to my dad and my grandparents about it. You know what? I'm finna just gonna tell y'all, I'm not making no separate video. So I got my boobs done in 2015. Or 2016, I can't remember. As an adult, my boobs just did not grow. They were just like, I felt like a little boy. Like I was so flat chested. I can't put like a picture. I can't put a picture or nothing, but like, y'all don't follow me on Facebook either. But if you knew me, you knew I was flat chested. Like I just didn't have no chest. I didn't have no boobs. My size was like a double A, something crazy like that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna save up. Back then, I think it was $6,000 or so. I saved up that in cash after I had graduated college, and I went and got my procedure done. And I took off work for it, and I recovered just fine. I didn't have any issues. I don't have any issues now. My boobs look very normal based on my size. I didn't want nothing excessive and then crazy. I just wanted something. When I explained to my grandparents and my dad, my mom, like I talked to my mom about everything, so she already knew what the deal was. But when I explained why I wanted them or why I was getting them to my grandparents in a way that they understood, like I just didn't feel like a woman. Like they just wouldn't grow. My doctor just kept saying, by the time you get to 25, it'll be full grown. Like, that's what you'll have. And girl, 25 came and went, and it wasn't nothing. So I sure did go and dropped a whole bag on that. Don't regret it at all. I always joke with Darian about it, because the little baby son, $5,500 for a new pair. I'm like, Jordan. I always sing that part. Me personally, I wouldn't get my butt done and my waist snatched and like a whole makeover. That's just me personally. But yeah, if you want something, girl, and you got the money, why not? I did, and I'm glad I did it. Shit, I wish I would have did it sooner. But that's my take on plastic surgery. How y'all feel about plastic surgery? Do y'all have surgery? Like I don't have nothing else done. I don't have fake eyebrows or Botox or lip injections or filler or nothing like that. But I do have boobs. How y'all feel about plastic surgery? Have you had plastic surgery? Are you completely against it? How you feel about financing plastic surgery? Like, what's your take on it? Leave it down in the comment section and let me know. A lot of people want to talk about relationships and friendships. So disagreements in relationships and friendships. So first of all, Darian and I, we disagree, but neither one of us are like big on arguing. So if we disagree with each other, we have the understanding where we just agree to disagree. Now, we've never had any disagreements that was like, oh my God, this is a deal breaker, or something that was just totally unreasonable or anything like that. So that's never really been an issue or a concern in our relationship. I think when you're dating someone, it's important for you to date someone who is like-minded. Like, you know, you have to have similarities in that your values and morals are pretty much in line. Like, it's very hard to compromise and meet halfway if both of y'all are on the total opposite pole of whatever the conversation or topic is. Like, that's like hard to do. But yeah, we don't really have disagreements, so I don't really know how we would deal with them. I think that we respect each other enough to respect each other's opinion and compromise. When you're in a relationship, it's all about compromising. Now, as women, I don't want us to get lost as far as compromising means you just always give, like whatever the guy wants. I'm not saying that at all. Because I know a lot of women who don't even stand up for nothing. They just, whatever they do, say, that's what they're going to do. That's not me. Like, no. We can talk about it. We can meet somewhere in the middle. If not, then you're going to stay on that side and I'm going to stay on this side. That's just what it is. But yeah, when you disagree, I think it's important for you to listen to whatever the other person has to say. And I think it's important for you to try to be understanding. Like, I think a lot of people have disagreements and can't meet in the middle because they're so closed-minded. Like, once you open up and you're open-minded about everything and you try to think about other people, you show empathy and you're trying to consider their feelings and their thoughts and why they think that way, then it would be easier for you to try to compromise, and vice versa, like on both ends. We're not saying just one person gonna give everything up, the other person gonna take it, you know, and run with it. But yeah, you have to be willing to compromise. Anytime you're disagreeing about something, you got to be willing to compromise. So like, let's just say it's you and your boyfriend. You live in your house, he live in his house or whatever, and you think he go out too much. You know, that might be a real concern and that might be a real problem for y'all. So a way to fix that is, don't just say the boy can't go out at all. Like, what? But maybe say, hey, instead of you going out every single weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, why don't you try to tone it down a little bit? You know, like, how about if we don't go out as often? You know, and then that's the compromise. You don't go out as often, you don't be mad as often. Like, but you can't just cut the whole shit off. Everything is about compromising. So, compromising is the name of the game. And my other girl talk videos, y'all already know how I feel about women not losing themselves while they're in relationships. Like, it's so important for you to maintain that balance. Go out with your friends. You know, every time you do something, it don't have to be with your significant other or with your spouse. Go hang out with your mom, go hang out with your sister, your grandma, your coworkers, your friends, something without that person, because you want to miss them. You know, you don't want your whole life to revolve around them. Because let me tell you something, when you love somebody and you live with them, it's a lot different than loving somebody and not living with them. Like, when you live with someone, it's literally you and them all the time, and it's healthy to get breaks. Like, you know, if your spouse played a game, use that as a time for you to do some self-care or journaling or make a YouTube video. Hell, I don't know, whatever it is you like to do. but don't just be up their ass all the time. Like, nobody don't want you up their ass all the time. Always checking for them. Always worry about why they going out with their friends. Girl, go out with your friends too. Like, and when I say go out with your friends, go out with your friends to dinner. Go grab a drink. It don't have to be like, I'm not a clubber, but not going out to the club and stuff, especially when you're married. Going out to the club, I mean, that's something you and your spouse have to talk about, but I ain't no fan of the club, so ain't never been no issue in my relationship. But child, I know some women and men who live in the club. Like, girl, stay your ass at home. Stay your ass at home sometime. Why you go to the club every weekend, every month? You in the club. Like, what is that? But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's how I feel about disagreements. I don't even know if I answered the question, boo, but that's where we at with it. What are we talking about? I think I was about to talk about friendships or something. Let's talk about friendships as adults. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't have a lot of friends. I can count all my friends, like all my friends, I can count them on one hand. And when I say a friend, that means you're going to be there for me regardless. You're going to be there with me for me if I'm involved or not. I can call you. I can talk to you. Like, we have different types of friends. And I have different types of friends. And I'll just kind of go down the list with the kind of friends that I have. I have one friend who I've been friends with for, we're 31. We've been friends for like 22 years, 25 years, something crazy like that. Like some crazy number. I don't expect a whole lot in regards to trips and vacation and girls' night and that kind of stuff with that friend, because she lives very far from me. She lives in a whole nother state, 5 states over, and she has kids. So her lifestyle is not like my lifestyle, because I live in Atlanta and I don't have kids. So we don't really do a lot of the same type of things like in our free time. Now, that doesn't mean we're not friends. Like, she's my best friend. Actually, one of my very close best friends. And yeah, I just know what kind of friend and what things I can expect for her in the capacity, in what capacity, knowing her circumstance. So if I'm like, girl, I want to go to Miami, like, let's just go to Miami. She is not my friend that I call to go to Miami, because I know she don't have just that I could drop it and move. Like, she has she got real life responsibilities and obligations that I don't have. And that's okay. So that's my friend. That's my friend that we text, we talk, we connect, we go back, like, boom, that's it. Then I have my friend. She was my best friend since like 6th grade. And then we kind of grew up. We weren't really close friends, but then we rekindled as adults. That's like my friend. Like, I feel like if I want to go eat, or if I just want to talk, or if I need to vent, or if you want to ask somebody a question about me, ask her, because she gonna know. Like, we think the same. We kind of run the same kind of shit in our house. Like, we're very like-minded. And she's one of my very close friends. We've been friends for, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, 18 years. Like, something crazy like that. So that's that friend. Then I have my college friend. Like, this is the friend who saw me transition from a teenager to a grown woman, and we did life together. Like, we lived together, and we went through relationships together and breakups together and growing and evolving and all that good stuff. That's my friend that I could call her and I could tell her anything. Like, I could tell her anything and she gonna give me her honest opinion in a nice way, and she gonna tell me, like, girl this, or girl that. Like, I could trust her. I could tell her anything and not think she gonna pass no kind of judgment. All 3 of these girls are like my best friends, like my very close friends. Now, we also got my mom. So my mom and I have been so cool and so just best friends forever, and we have a different kind of mom-daughter relationship, right? Because me and my mama we ain't close in age, but we kind of close in age. And I've never had any kind of doubt or anything about my mom in regards to what I could tell her. Like, I can call my mama and I can tell her anything. I can tell her anything. And I know she gonna keep it a buck and she gonna give it to me straight. Like, good, bad, ugly, opinion, like anything. Like, that's just my go-to, my right hand. I'm gonna tell my mama. My mama knows stuff that I take to the grave, that she knows. Like, that's my friend. Now, I also have my friends, like not best friends, but they like a level down. So like, I have a really close friend that I met in college, and we just went through the same thing during the same relationship at the same time. And I know we'll always have that connection. And I love her and I can talk to her. We don't talk often, but if we do, it's always good times. I'm here for her, she's here for me. Let's go get drinks, let's eat, whatever. It's always a good time. And then I have two of my other friends who we're friends. Like, we've known each other for a while and we're friends, but we're not best friends. Like, we just kind of started getting cool as we became adults, probably like in the last 2 years or so. But it's not just one of them. It's like a trio, you know. It's like, it's either one or all, that kind of thing. So it's very hard to be able to balance all of those friendships while you still have your relationship. Now, one thing that I love about all of my friends is we don't have to talk all the time. We don't have to kick it all the time. We don't have to nothing. And we always could just pick up where we left off. Like, it's no hard feelings. Nobody get jealous. Nobody saying you acting funny. Like, it's never nothing like that. Like, ever. Which I really, really am grateful for. Because, girl, being friends with some of these people, shit, it's like being in a relationship with them. Like, girl, I don't have time to kiss your ass. Like, I ain't talked to you this week because I had a hard week at work, or because I'm going through this with my family. And yeah, I don't have to explain it to you. Like, I don't owe nobody no kind of explanation. So yeah, I like that about my friends. They don't expect nothing crazy from me. Like, it's not hard. It's easy to be friends. You have to have friends who are like-minded. Like, they have to be like you. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean they have to be engaged or married or anything like that. But you guys have to have those boundaries where my friend know I'm engaged. She not finna ask me to go out and, you know, catch her dude creeping at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, what? Girl, no, I'm not the friend for that. Don't call me for that. Just don't. You have to know your boundaries with your friends. You have to be able to know that they respect your boundaries, and you have to respect their boundaries. And a friendship is a give and take relationship. Don't be giving too much. Don't be taking too much. Like, you got to do just enough. And one thing I had to learn as an adult is, hold on, I put my liner on. One thing I had to learn as an adult is it's okay to outgrow friendships. You don't have to continue to be friends with someone just because y'all been friends so long. Like, girl, it's some people I done met last year that I really, really F with more than people that I've known for years. And yeah, I'm sure other people feel the same way. Some people you probably met that you feel like is more of a, you know, you're closer to them. Not more of a friend, but like you're just closer to them than people you've known for your lifetime. I was talking to my best friend and his wife, guy friend, and they were just saying, like, you know, how giving and stuff I am. Like, and it's really difficult for me to hear how giving I am from other people. All I ask for people to do is just support me in ways that I support them. That's it. Like, regardless of what you're going through or what the vibe is, it ain't never gonna be now one of my friends, old friend, new friend, nothing, that's gonna say I wasn't there for them. Like, I'm gonna give you 100% every time. And that's what I expect back, 100%. Now, obviously, I've had to learn that my 100% don't necessarily look like your 100%. You know what I'm saying? My 100% to me, your 100% to me might look like 50%. I can't control that. That's just, you know, and I don't think it's nothing horrible. We just different in that aspect or in that capacity. So that's very important, as far as just knowing the boundaries and making sure it's a clear understanding. Who does what, who gets what, who gives what. Like, all of that stuff matters. And those are real adult conversations that you have to have. And yeah, child, friendship like a relationship. Don't be holding on to it because of the time. Because don't get me started, child. Don't get me started. This whole video, child, I done missed all these topics, girl. Somebody said how to maintain yourself as a wife. Are you talking about, like, I don't think I can answer that. Maintain, y'all, my video, my whole camera stopped recording. I don't even know where it stopped recording at, but I think this video long, so I'm gonna just touch on this one last topic. Things to do in your 20s to prepare for your 30s. Save you some money and know what you're doing. That's all the advice I have. You need a 5-year goal. You know, you got 1-year goal, 2-year goal, 5-year goal, 10-year goals. You need to be setting yourself up to reach those goals when you're 30. For example, I knew in my 20s that I wanted a house. So when Darian and I started dating, he knew up front that, hey, she want a house. So we had to do whatever it is that we had to do to make sure that, okay, if we're going to be seriously dating and together, we can buy a house. Like, that was one of my goals. Now, obviously, I'm a couple years older than Darian, but mind yours. If I knew I wanted a house by 30 and I ended up getting a house at 29, God is good. If I knew that I wanted a house by 30, I had to start planning to get a house at like 27, 28. So that means I was stacking my money. I was making sure my credit looked good. I was making sure I understood what went into purchasing a home, closing costs, down payment, programs, what you qualify for. And obviously for a lot of them first time buyer programs, you have to make your salary has to be within a certain range. And if you make more than that, you don't qualify for any of those down payment assistance type programs. So like, I had to know all of that. I needed to know exactly how much I needed to save, how much I needed to take to the table. And then when Darian and I started dating, he got on board too. So it made it a lot easier because it was 2 incomes versus 1. So I say all of that to say that's just a general example, but you have to know in your mind what you want to do, like what paths you want to take. Do you want to be at 6 figures by 30? If so, what you got to do to get there? Is 6 figures even attainable within your career? Like, you know, all of those questions matter. If you want to be in a certain kind of relationship or preparing to get married, how are you dating? What kind of people are you dating? Are you dateable? What can you do to improve? Do you keep attracting trash ass people? Why are you attracting trash ass people? Like, all of those things matter. So the best thing that I could tell you to do to plan to prepare is save. You always got to stack up some money, baby. I know they say that $1,000 rainy day. That sound good, but you need a whole lot more than $1,000, okay? And the second thing that I would say is to sit down and plan. Figure out where you want to be at 30, where you want to be at 25. And based on your personal goals and what you see yourself doing, make a plan to get there. Because it's not overnight. It's not like, oh, I'm 30, everything just gonna start happening for me. That's not it. And then the last thing that I could tell you, get your credit together, okay? I know people say cash is king, but really credit is king. If you don't have good credit, you can't do a whole lot of nothing. And that's just real. You're gonna get a trashy interest rate with a house, trashy interest rate with a car, can't get your own phone bill, can't get your own bills. Like, girl, who's trying to do that? Like, you need to be establishing your credit. It's so unfortunate for a lot of black people. You know, we don't really know the ins and outs of credit because a lot of our parents didn't know the ins and outs of credit. For me, for example, I was always taught, no, don't get a credit card. Like, no, credit is bad. You don't need no credit card in college, blah, blah, blah. Versus some of my other friends, their parents were like, okay, I'm going to put you as an authorized user on my card. That way, when you come out of school, you'll have some kind of credit established without having a credit card. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, just different stuff like that. It all matters. It all adds up. Anyway, girl, this was really just a real cute, casual video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think about plastic surgery in the comments, because I really want to know. And I'm going to try to do these little girl talk videos once a month. I think I might do like a little advice forum, because I kind of did this one like a Q&A. I hope that y'all enjoy. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, girl, and tell your friend about me. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whatever time it is for you. And I'll see y'all in the next one.